away. I can go live for a little bit longer. Road to 750 subs, guys. Road to 750 subs, guys. I will get the low taper fade if we hit 200 or 750 before the end of August. Fuck, this shit just died on me. I gotta plug it in. Guys, we're gonna get the low taper fade if we hit 750 subs before the end of August. We just smashed, absolutely obliterated our goal for hitting the goal of 500. So I'm gonna contact YouTube about getting my cardboard play button later today when I'm on business hours. Elbow Macaroni says, clap your bare feet together like a stupid seal for Papa. Alright, bet. Ready? Is that worth a sub, Elbow Macaroni? Thanks for the 1 like on the live, guys. What's up, G Tizzle? Elbow Macaroni says, haha, thank you. Is that worth the sub? I appreciate it. Lee says hi. Yo, what's good? Hope you're having a great night, guys. G Tizzle. I hope you guys are all having a great night. We just hit 500 subs, guys. You guys are smashing the analytics lately. I'm trying to get my shit unplugged. I had a chicken fettuccine alfredo for dinner tonight, G Tizzle. Lee says, how's your day going so far? It's going pretty good. We just smashed our goal of 500 subs, so now our next goal is to hit 750, and then it's 1,000 after that. I hope you guys are having a great night as well. Hopefully a better day than I am. I accidentally broke one phone screen today to where it's completely unusable, and I accidentally cracked this one, not last live stream, but the one right before this. I cracked it where there's lines horizontally coming from the top right corner and horizontally from the bottom left corner. W8 Man 10 says, Elvis Costello, you okay? I don't know who that is. Lisa's cool. I broke my tablet today on accident. Well, at least I don't feel alone. You're not alone either. W8Man10 says, you want free panda meat? What the fuck? G Tizzle says, shave it bald for 1,000. No, I'm not going bald for 1,000. Stephen M says, bro, get some culture. Ain't no Costello. I don't know. Thomas M says, they are coming for you. Okay. Well, let me know. Who is he? Who's the guy? I don't just look people up just because I hear a name. You know? I'm getting irritated because this thing keeps getting fucking clogged and I just want to smoke. What can I put in it? I got a fork. I could fucking jam the part of the fork in it, but I don't want to be smoking fucking fettuccine alfredo. Fuck. Bro, this shit's pissing me off. I want to unclog it. I just want to smoke it, bro. Oh my god. Is that so much to ask for? And I keep accidentally getting, like, spit in the fucking thing, dude. Oh my god, I hate these things, bro. I'm never getting one again in my life. This is the worst fucking disposable ever. I just want to smoke, dude. Not fucking suck my fucking teeth out of my head. This shit's pissing me off, bro. I want to smoke. Seriously, what the fuck, bro? What a waste of product. Literally like fucking 20, 30 hits. Waste. Not that many. At least like 10 rips though. Sucking the wax right through the fucking stupid ass device. And it's still not fucking unclogged, bro. I'm about to break it. I'm getting mad at this shit. Finally, bro. Oh my god. I was trying to fucking unclog that the whole time. Beyond the Veil says, you still live. Ice-T says, W8W, quit scrolling live streams. Stephen M says, why not? W8Man10 says, maybe Buddy Holly. I've heard of him. Thomas N says, the vapor trail carries trace compounds designed to tag your breath. Stay sharp. Dash their filtering data from the exhale what you're inhaling is. Stephen M says, if he's Buddy Holly, you're Mary Tyler Moore. Beyond the Veil says, I just want to hear your cheeks clap. Ha ha ha. I should get an OnlyFans. Ha ha ha. W8Man10 says, I'm the big bopper. Think he's having a outside shit. Thomas M says, isn't the danger it's what leaves with it? They're harvesting your pattern mid-draw. Your patterns mid-draw. That's crazy. Beyond the Veil says you could work part-time and buy a new one. Buy a new one what? Thomas M says they've pinged your exact position through residual heat. Stay moving. Static makes you visible. W8Man10 says he's definitely cramming out a big old log. Steve M says, smoke an apple pipe, dog. If I had flour, I would. Lee says, to be honest, I had a vape that just clogged up repeatedly. It pisses me off. DOOOKY says, all disposables suck. Vaping sucks. I agree. Brett says, didn't get the notification you went back live. It's alright. I went live that quick. Beyond the Veil says, love hearing trains at night. Markiplier says, hello, remember me? Of course I remember you. You were just here. Markiplier said, hi. Brett says, let me get you them likes. Dookie says, come over, I got a zip of kush. Oh, that's awesome. Beyond the Veil says, shh, people are trying to sleep. Stephen M says, where's the clog? What tools are available? I used a fork from my chicken fettuccine alfredo. Thomas M says, you release markers every time you speak. They've locked onto your sentence fragments. Dookie says, just let it heat up. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Beyond the Veil says, gets electrocuted. Cool. Put a plastic fork in it. I'm not a fool. I don't think that would even electrocute you. Cool Star says, I thought you ended it. No, I went live again. Markiplier says, remember me? Yes, I do. Serge Sweatshirt says, late night streams are best. Therian Fox Slay says, can you say my name out loud? Therian Fox Slay, shout out to you. Beyond the Veil says, if you got OnlyFans, I'd pay. Well, I know what to do now. Markiplier says, remember me, remember me, remember me, remember me. Yes, I do, yes, I do, yes, I do, yes, I do. John Wayne 528 says, bro, get your Cash App out of my comments. Cool Star says, I thought you ended stream. No, I started another one. Therian Fox Slay says, can you say my name out loud, please? I did. Therian Fox Slay. Markiplier says, yay. Thomas M says, that vape isn't idle. It's screaming through frequencies you can't hear. They're moving around the signal with precision. Late night streams are fire, but people be spamming. Thomas M says, they are coming for you. Nobody's coming for me, bro. Beyond the Veil says, so you getting OnlyFans? Yeah, sure, bro. If you'll pay for it, what's a good price? What's a good price? I'm thinking like $30. What about $30 a month? Beyond the Veil says 10. Bro thinks I'm cheap. I don't have luxury in my name for nothing, bro. Markiplier says, I thought you ended it, mother... I started another one. Gotcha, didn't I? Gotcha. Brett says, OF is a work in progress. Look for him on Grindr. For right now, I'm not on Grindr. Beyond the Veil says, how about 300 a month? I'll do 300 a month. 042K says, what's up? I'd be able to fucking live actually good off 300 a month. Markiplier said, hi. Thomas M said that vape is compromised. If you keep it, they won't knock you. They'll just come through. They won't knock, they'll just come through. 042K AY said, hi. Hello, I hope you're having a great night. Emir Bardrick Simunic. EMIR space BAJRIC space SIMUNIC says Ronaldo or Messi. I don't know, bro. Ronaldo. Nathan said hi. Hey, Nathan, I hope you're having a great night. If you're not, try to make the best of it. Guys, we're trying to hit a goal. We're trying to hit a goal of 750 subs. If we hit 750 subs before the end of the month of August, I'll get the low taper fade. Says for me, Ronaldo, I sub. Thank you so much. Much love to you, brother. Shout out to you. Markiplier says, you look terrifying in the shadows, bro. What the helly? What the heliante? What the helly berry? What the hallelujah? I don't know what to tell you. I don't have a front-forwarding, facing flash. Nathan says, I like. Thank you so much, Nathan. I appreciate the like. Much love to you. Thank you, guys. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 likes. That's crazy. We've only been live for 18 minutes. Beyond the Veil says, I'm on Grindr, LOL. Of course you are. Zero. ZIRO says, I was in another streamer's stream and he was mean to me. Can you make me laugh? All I did was recommend him a video and he said F off. What was the video? Oh, now you're spamming it? You said it 2 more times? What was the video? You don't have to spam. There's really no need. I literally have 8 people in here. Markiplier says, wow. Markiplier said, hi. Hello. Markiplier says, OnlyFans or something. What about it? 300 a month. Cool Star says, hi, I'm back. Beyond the Veil says, a video of him clapping cheeks. I'd be better than that. Nathan says, can you say happy birthday to my brother? His name is Roman. Happy birthday, Roman. Happy birthday, Roman. I hope you're having a great day. Zero says, a game called World War Z. You recommended him a video of a game called World War Z? I've heard of it. I've seen the movie. YHUAHHBUM says, bro thought you was getting off. I started another live. Just because the other one was getting long. Brett says, can I get free OF access? No, bro, you gotta pay. Markiplier says the Great Roman Empire. Zero says, can you tell a joke? Something classic? Let me think about it. Let me see if I have any jokes on the back of my hand. I used to have some good ones, but I don't know if I have any material right now. I don't want to disappoint you, Zero, but I'm just happy you're here, and I'm happy to have you here. I hope you're happy to be here. You seem chill. Brett says OF at the library, duh. Beyond the Veil says, where are you gonna do OF at your mom's garage? That's crazy, bro. Both those comments are crazy from you and Brett. Markiplier says, dude, I have a roast. What is it? I'm a various businessman. I don't joke around. Same here, Brett. Drax IMO, DRAX space IMO says friendly potato salad. For sure. You ah bum says, what type of gel you use in your hair? I don't use gel in my hair, brother. Sorry Sweatshirt says, message retracted. Love you, bro. What did you say, bro? Seriously. Beyond the Veil says, I love you, bro. I love you too, fam. Cool Star says, oh, I need to go. Bye-bye. Hey, it's alright, Cool Star. I hope you have a great night. It's late. Go get some rest. It's well needed. Have a great night, and I'll see you in the next one. Nathan says, what are you doing this late, bro? I'm just hanging out and I'm talking to you guys. What are you guys doing on here this late? Shouldn't you be sleeping? You bum says, how your hair so curly? My hair's just naturally really curly. It gets curlier than this when it's cleaner. Bandejo 419 says, luxury Sakura turned me gay. That's crazy. Brett says, it's 3:27 a.m. It's still early. Nathan says, I hanging out with my bro. What time is it for you? 3:27 a.m. 3:28 a.m. now. Bendeo 419 says, now I love men. Beyond the Veil says, luxury is gay. Money talks, though. You bum says, can you say my name? Can you say as my income backwards? No, I'm not saying that. Ethan says, what was the last meal you ate? Chicken fettuccine alfredo, what I made the little YouTube short, 20-second short about earlier. Drax, IMO, and I also had 2 yogurts after that and this little, like, chocolate oat thing. It was decent. Drax IMO says, have you seen robots fight each other? I have. I actually watch the robo fights sometimes on YouTube. Bomb says 3 laughing crying emojis. Coco Jinx says, COCO Jinx says, is a Gilf Hawk Tua called a Gawk Tua? Probably. Brett says, Pop-Tart? Yeah, I ate a Pop-Tart too. I ate a Pop-Tart. But that wasn't a meal, bro. That wasn't a meal. The last meal I ate was the chicken fettuccine alfredo and the yogurt. Markiplier says, dude, want to hear a roast? Yeah, let's hear it. Markiplier said hi. What's good? We have had 20 different people chat in this chat. Robot fights are neat. Yeah, I like that new one. That's the one that's just like a spinning cylinder. That one looks pretty deadly. Brett says, need a steak, get some meat on your bones, boy. Bro, stop skinny shaming me. I've been fucking so sick of that shit my whole life. I eat good, fam. I don't gain weight. That's just my metabolism, bro. I don't want to fucking do that shit. Beyond the Veil says, where do I donate? I have a Cash App pinned on my fucking profile. It's in my description and on my thing. Brett says, bless you, thank you. Drax IMO says, bless you, thank you. Cam Ban says, I hope that's not a furball. What are you talking about? Cam Ban. CAMBAN. What are you talking about, a furball? A furry? Nah, bro. Zero says, good luck in life, brother. Good night. Thank you, Zero. Much love. Good luck to you as well. Much love. Much love. Much lug. Much love. Much lug. Much luck. I'm getting tired. Nathan says, bless you. God bless you guys. Thank you. Brett says, if you ate 10K calories in a day, you'd gain weight. Trust. I only just ate like 1,500 right now, bro. Pushing like 2K. I don't need more than that. Dude, read one of my comment. Markiplier said, I read it. I'm waiting for your next one. Beyond the Veil says, set up your OF and I'll hit you up. Beyond the Veil, why don't you hit the Cash App? Brett said, I'm just kidding, bro. You don't have to do that. Brett says, you keep spamming the same thing. Camban says you were coughing like you had a fur ball. Oh, sneezing? No, it wasn't a fur ball. That'd be funny, though. Brett said, I had a medium pizza and breadsticks. Oh, that sounds fucking good, Brett. I'm jealous. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not jealous. Brett says, with the water, I got to stay healthy. To wash down the fucking grease, huh? No, I'm just kidding. You haven't had a Quick Trip, a thick crust pizza from Quick Trip. Those fuckers are greasy as hell. Elias Estrada said hi. Hey, I hope you're having a great night. QT question mark, Brett said? No, KT. Quick Trip in Wisconsin, bro. Not that Quick Trip. I'm talking about KWIK Trip. Beyond the Veil says, I had root beer and chicken. That sounds good. Elias Estrada says, not so great, going through a breakup. Hey, that's alright, though. The real ones stick around, and the fake ones will leave you behind. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, bro. I'm here for you, though, bro. We love you here. Markiplier says, gay. What's your roast? Is that your roast? That's all you got? Brett says, they got funny names for things in Wyoming. Drax IMO says, I had chicken enchilada from a street cart. That sounds fire, bro. Markiplier says, no, bro. Okay, well then hit me with something different. Elias Estrada says, they make chicken enchilada on a cart. How? Like a food cart. I think he's talking about like a street cart, a food cart, food truck, food cart type deal. 44% of you said epic, 30% of you said boo, 25% of you said okay. 20 votes on the poll. Nathan says, are you at home? No, I'm outside. I'm actually homeless. That's why I need you guys' support. Just by dropping a sub helps me out so much. Markiplier says, I find your mom so far that when I look... Your mom's so fat that when I look at a picture... that I took a picture, it took 10 years. That's crazy. Elias... Markiplier... what the fuck? Hazel, what did you just say? Hazel said message retracted. Say it again. Say it to my face. Why are you being afraid to say it? Say it. I swear I won't be mad. I just want to read it. Give me your honest feedback. What was your comment? Elias Estrada says, do a buzz cut. Keep it simple. I'll do a buzz cut if we hit 1,000 before the end of August. Hazel says, message retracted. What'd you say? What did Hazel say, guys? Markiplier said hi. Brett says, I think buzz would be cooler than low taper fade. I'll get a fucking buzz cut at 1,000 if we hit 1,000 before the end of August. Nathan said, don't ban me. It was a joke. I'm not. You were asking an honest question, bro. It's fine. Markiplier says, Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightbeer. Elias Estrada says, yeah, fades are overrated. Yeah, it's just for the meme, though. It's just for the meme. Markiplier says year. Buzz Light beer. Brett says, Nathan, you'd have to say something pretty crazy. Markiplier says Buzz Lightyear. Dino L said hi. Hey Dino L, I hope you're having a great night. Beyond the Veil says, why you skip my comment? Maybe I didn't see it. Nathan says, can you get undressed? Maybe on the OF. Beyond the Veil, what'd you say? I didn't skip your comment. I had root beer and chicken was the last thing you said. I said that sounds good. Don't try to gaslight me in my comment section, boy. Elias Estrada says, for the meme, shave everything but the front of your hair. Leave a patch of hair above the forehead. I'll do that if we hit 5,000 subs before the end of the year. Brett says, I told you I was censored to hell. Now I can't say none about what's on the end of your legs. What, my feet? Nathan says, say hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Brett says, feet or toes. Yeah, and what's crazy is they want to make you pay just to fucking make a account to sell stuff on Feet Finder. I found out, just out of curiosity, guys. Just because I know people that do it. Markiplier says, fuck. Kaysen Hoff Power. Kaysen, Kayson space HOFFPAUIR says, what is all the stuff? P, what the F is wrong with stuff? What are you talking about? What is all the stuff, P? Death Trooper says, where are you from? Chicago, Illinois, but I live in central Wisconsin. Brett says, tongue emoji. Markiplier says, the fuck you mean? Nathan says, dude, my neck hurts. Well, you should probably go and rest your head and rest your neck. Elias Estrada says, how about OnlyFans? Do you need to pay to make an account? No, I don't believe you do. Brett says, let me get your foot finder. I don't have one yet because they make you pay for it. Josh, arrow to the right, guy emoji, blank face, like anonymous guy emoji with feet in his name. He said, thumbs up, thumbs up. JJ space, Lorban. JJ space, LOUGHRAN says, goon on stream and I'll donate. Guys, I need to get an OF. Brett says, small foot likes. Kaysen Hoff Power says, my fault. My little brother was on the phone. I'm so sorry. I meant to say I like your videos. Oh, thank you so much, Kaysen. I appreciate you. Hazel says hi. What'd you say before, Hazel? You removed your message. Beyond the Veil says, you'd have to be clean and showered for OF, because if not, ew. Yeah, I already know. I'm getting cleaned up later today, guys. I'm getting a shower. Josh says, keep going, bro. For sure I will, Josh. Elias Estrada says, Nathan and Brett are kind of sus. Nothing that I'm worried about, guys. Brett says, I don't know why it won't let me type what I want to say. Nathan says, bro, my friend Nick came. I really don't like him. What should I do? I don't know. Tell him that you don't want to hang out. Brett says, Brett is big dog. You tiny pup. Something's in the tree, guys. Moving around. I hear the tree creaking. Markiplier says, grab a shotgun. That's crazy. Hazel says, nothing significant. Well, I still wanted to read your comment, though. I care. I care about you, even if it's your first time being here. John Boy, Jon space BOY, says, yeah, man, but. Josh says, I believe in you with the 300 emojis. I appreciate that. Much love. I appreciate you. Can I make a heart? Can I make a freaking heart? Much love. I appreciate you. Brett says, smell your feet at 30 likes. No, I'm not doing that. They're gonna stink. Nathan says, I hate Nick so much. I don't know what to tell you. Brett says, I got it out. Josh says, love you, man. Thank you so much. Much love. Much love to you. I appreciate you. Consider dropping a sub, guys. John Boy says, you're awesome, brother. Nathan says, can you please leak some? Leak some what? Kason Hoffpour says, I am really sorry for that. I just read this and you make me smile. I have been very sad today. Oh, I'm happy to be here for you. But you have made my day a lot better. Thank you so much, Kason. I hope you continue to keep having a great day. Much love to you. I appreciate you. Thank you, John Boy. Much love to you as well. Beyond the Veil says, consider joining his OnlyFans winking face. Josh said laughing emojis. Markiplier says, keep opening your mouth emoji. Nathan says, bro, I can't see you. It's making me feel sad. Oh, I'm sorry. Captain Blackbeard says, I got stung by a wasp and my left hand is now swollen. That's crazy. It looks like a huge baby hand. That's crazy, Captain Blackbeard. I hope you feel better soon. That sucks that you got a stinger, a bloody stinger, yeah. Beyond the Veil says, show us your painted fingers. I bet you want to see. Brett says, eyeball us feet, bare feet. I bet you want to see the painted toes, huh? I need to redo them, guys. They're chipping off. That one's really bad. Captain Blackbeard says, thanks. I don't mind. Makes me feel alive. I appreciate you stopping by the live. Guys, I shouldn't have ended the poll. I'll start another one. Markiplier says, dude, one time I was at school and I had to poop so bad, but the bathroom was closed and so I had to go home. That sucks. Pig Space Boy says, are you retarded? Are you retarded? Nathan says, please whip it out. Beyond the Veil says, yes, painted toes too. If you hit the Cash App, I'll do it. Top Turo says, where you from? I'm from Chicago, but I live in central Wisconsin now. Dr. Space Dot Space AMRITA says, damn, that's crazy. I agree. Josh says, nice nails. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Kason says, P, I love all your comments and this whole chat. We are a whole family all together, smiling with the 3 hearts with sparkles around them. That's awesome. Much love to you guys. I appreciate all of you. We are a family here. Brett says, don't say slurs, Sticky. That's my job. I didn't say a slur. Beyond the Veil says, pooping at home is the best. I agree. Markiplier says, WTF. Pig Boy says, I am a No. Your comment's getting deleted. Because that's just a big nope. That's your first warning, Pig Boy. Your name's Pig Boy. I'm not saying that. I deleted that shit. Kason says, we are all a community all together. We respect each other. We try to. And then the trolls tried to come in and interrupt it, but they're gonna learn real soon. Brett says fam, heart emoji. Pig Boy says say it so I can clip it. Or I can just time you out because you're being lame. Said for the lulz. How about I time you out just for the lulz? Josh says, you the man. Peace, peace emoji. Thank you very much. Beyond the Veil says, I'm peeing from laughing, crying emoji. Brett says, do it for the vine. Markiplier says, gas. Craig Space Meyer says, twerk for the vine. Twerk for the vine? I'll do it for $5 on the Cash App. I'll twerk for the vine. Brett is 505 already. Let's go, guys. We are 245 subs away from our goal to get the low taper fade. I don't want to hit 750 before the end of August if I got to get a low taper fade. I don't want to hit 1,000 either if I got to get a buzz cut. That's cooked. I really don't want to do it. I'm just trying to get people to get some motivation to sub to me because what the fuck. I'll check the Cash App right now. I'm checking the Cash App. Kason Hoffpower says, stop being so mean in the top. Just say some random stuff and not being so mean. I hope nobody's being mean. Markiplier says, is he possessed or some shit? Said hi. JODI space NXN said hi. Hey, I hope you guys are all having a great night. Sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties there. Thank you for the 21 and 22 links. I appreciate you guys. Kason says, I have motivation and I think you will have a bright life and your future. Thank you so much. Markiplier says, who possessed you? Nope, not that one. Don't say that. None of that. None of that one. Say space what said, have you ever farted for more than 20 seconds? Not a real one, but like a fake one, yeah. Coco Gauff. COCO space GAUFF says, hello, peace emoji. Hello, I hope you're having a great one. Good to see you guys. Markiplier says Drake. Sus underscore sup ramp. Sus underscore SUPRAMK 4235 says I'm gay XD. Well, as long as you're not hurting yourself, anybody else, or anything, you're chilling. Markiplier says Drake. Yeah, you said that one already, my bad. Drake says don't start with the farts again. Brett says feet with the tongue emoji. Sus underscore sup ramp K4235 says I killed my mom XD. Bye. That's crazy. That's a crazy comment. Markiplier, he said, well, that's nice of you. That's not nice of him. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Thanks for 23 likes. But I don't even like saying that. Hey, what do you mean that's very normal? I'm about to end this live if y'all keep being whack. Mike space Soverit SOVERIT culture thing, for sure. Beyond the Veil says, ever seen the cat saying, "Look at me, I'm gay"? No, I haven't. Brett says, 2,300 likes. Yeah, I wish. Markiplier says, I do it. That's fucking crazy. If y'all are gonna keep being wild in the comments, they're gonna go. Those comments are gonna go. Like, watch. Markiplier says, ever seen, "Here, kitty, you could have this cheeseburger" meme? No. Kason says, you know what? My life story is kind of sad. I love my dad and my family. Why is that sad? It's good to love your family. Beyond the Veil says, we love you. I love you guys. Oh, my back hurts so bad from sitting here, guys. It's already almost 4. I gotta get going, guys. I need a fucking nap soon. I need a fucking wet nap. Right on my cheeks. I need a dude wipe. Holy fuck. Markiplier says, Juts joking. Kason says, my dad and my family tell you died. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kason. My condolences. I'm really sorry to hear that. Markiplier says, just joking for sure. Huh, he's possessed again. Help. Brett says, Sticky, how do you know about... Sticky, you know about legless lizards? You talking about snakes, boy? Beyond the Veil says, dude wipes are $10. Yeah, dude wipes are expensive. I get baby wipes from Aldi, and they're like less than $5 for 372 packs of the thick and quilted ones. This is a fucking library. I'm in that. I fucked that bitch in the back with the Burberry on. And to this day, that little know all my songs. And to this day, the studio is right behind that wall right there, guys. Up that bit in the back with the Burberry on. And to this day, that little know all my songs. And to this day, every 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 day. Brett says no snakes have internal eardrums while legless lizards have external openings. Oh yeah, that's right. They have like holes in the side of their head. That's crazy shit, bro. Beyond the Veil says window shopping. That's fucking crazy. Delete that comment, bro. Get that shit out of here. Beyond the Veil, no, I'm just kidding. That's like weird though. Like, why would you say that? I'm here when nobody's here. Red says they're different. So says I don't know why I came back. Well, I don't know, but I'm happy you're just chilling. Markiplier says Fugga. The mom killing man is here again. I almost just tripped. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Legless lizards have eyelids too. That's crazy, Brett. Beyond the Veil says, where do you poop in an emergency? I'll probably use one of them bags and just throw it away. Sus says, side eyes. Brett says, his pants. Kason says, well done stuff for me. Thumbs up. My life has been a really good, but also some turn down. My mom has been there for me all since my lows and my high. Markiplier says, ever heard the Philippines eagle? No. Brett says, don't get that tone with me, boy. N8TE says that one unemployed friend at 5 a.m. Brett says, trying to be interesting, so I mean, look at the rest of chat. Sus says question mark. Markiplier says, wait a minute, I see my house. That's crazy. Kason says, the only one I have left is my mom, and is there for my highs and lows. Well, that's good. Retired Amateur says, can I donate money? Yes, to my Cash App. It's tagged in my bio. And it's in my description, and it's tagged as a link. It's literally like linked on my channel. All I have right now is a Cash App, unfortunately, though. Beyond the Veil says, my butt's been wiped. Awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, it's never fun to run out of butt wipes, guys. I don't call them butt wipes, though. I just call them wipes, because I'm an adult. They are baby wipes, but I don't have a fucking baby, so I just call them wipes. So I said, ew, Markiplier says, I actually seen my house. No kidding, that's crazy. Brett says, I get a bidet for the bike. Get a bidet for the bike, dog? That's fucking gross. Let him stay the night, Mark. Markiplier says, he's possessed. Beyond the Males is laughing, crying. Markiplier says, well, why? Innocent underscore victim says, hey man, did you recognize me? We are in the same army camp. I'm not on an army camp, bro. Angel says, hi, do you think I'm ugly or cute? I can't really see your profile picture, but you seem like, wait, are you 18? Are you 18 or older? Before I answer this question? You're probably baiting me. You're trying to bait me. I think you're chilling. You're 18? Oh, and you're cute. Yeah, you're cute. From the tiny, tiny little picture that I can see. So, Angel said, oh, thanks. Markiplier says, I knew it. Oh, it's that fucking squad. Might be time to get out of the area, guys. My house, oh no. Markiplier says, bro, I see you outside. Somebody else was saying this shit the other day. The fuck are you talking about? Seriously, what are you talking about? What are the odds? The odds of you being in the same town as me, being on the same live stream, on the same block, are like slim to none. So I'm just saying. Do they just do welfare checks on you? No, bro, there's cop shops down the road, so they just come through here all the time, bro. I ain't worried about it. They're going to do something else. But it just still might be time to fucking go take a nap, you know what I mean? Herculeum. Herculeum said, are you sleepy? Yeah, I could use a nap. Markiplier says, I actually see my house. You visited the store? Which store? What store? What store are you talking about? Pick and Save? Yeah, I did. Herculeum says, how do you sleep on the ground? I make the best of it, brother. But I appreciate it. I don't know how you knew I was homeless. You could probably just tell, can't you? Brett says, hey, at least not one of the beggars on here. That's all I got to say. Brett says, Mark, if you see him, what does his feet look like? I underscore C underscore Kyle says, are you homeless? Yes, I am, brother, but I make the best of it every day. Markiplier says, the store you showed. If you knew what store it was, you would say that it was Quick Trip, bro. Beyond the Veil says, do you ever wonder about being robbed when sleeping? I've actually had some scary shit happen to me, but I'm not gonna talk about that right now. I'll talk about that someday when I'm out of the position that I'm in right now. And I'll give you some insight beyond the veil. But I had some scary ass shit happen to me. Like, I had my longboard stolen from me at the beginning of May, so that was something. And then I had people trying to just fuck with me, so I don't know. I've had a lot of people try to fuck with me. I don't want to get into it. Emir says, I'm back. Welcome back. Good to see you. Markiplier says, being dead. The fuck you talking about? Herculeum says, why don't you go to New York City and beg for money? Because that doesn't sound fun at all. And I'm not that type of person. Herculeum says they make a lot of money. I believe it, but that's not me. Markiplier says, his feet look dark. I see nothing. He's standing on the opposite one. He's turning. He's back. I see Kyle says, why are you homeless? Because I had to leave an abusive living situation, so it was by choice. Being homeless on the street was better than staying where I was at. And also, I couldn't afford the rent anymore because I lost my job, so it was a mixture of a few things. Brett says, homeless people would rather go somewhere warm like CA or Florida than New York. That's honestly kind of true, but honestly, I don't know at the same time. Markiplier says, okay, now I see it. Herculum says it's the summer, it's warm in New York, but it gets fucking cold at night though, bud, I betcha. Brett says, yeah, and winter never comes. Beyond says, LC Kyle, none of your business. Herculum says, we live in the richest country in the world, people don't deserve their money, they should give it to you. Aww. Markiplier says, just joking. I see Kyle says, have you tried looking for help? Yeah. Brett says, Herculum a fed. Herculum says, not Brett, you need a car. He could get anywhere in NYC for free. Nah, bro, I don't want to go to New York City. I'm from Chicago, and I'm glad I'm kind of, like, not in the city right now, because I don't know if I would survive in the fucking city, if I'm being real. Being up here, homeless is a bit easier right now. Where I'm at, y'all are worried a little bit too much. Brett says, I ain't buying no car from NY. Markiplier says, dude, why are you vaping outside? Bro, because what kind of a question is that? Because I can. Brett says, all rusted out from the salt. Herculum says, no, you need a car in California. I see Kyle says, do you have an income? No, I really don't. Besides, I've gotten a few donations from you guys. Some of the supporters, some of the people here on Cash App. Herculum says, how would he get around? Bro, I have a bike. Bro, you can die sleeping outside. Yeah, I know that, Herculum. I know that. It's scary as fuck. Beyond the Veil says, at market. On his nuts much. Brett says, how does he get around now? A lot more crazies out in New York too. Markiplier says, so no cocaine. Bro, your comments getting deleted. Beyond the Veil says, Herculum, you gonna help him? Herculum says, also a lot more cameras. I'm helping him right now. Herculum says, not Brett, has 80 IQ. Brett says, cameras protect from knives and guns. Yeah. Markiplier says I have 12 I have 12 I have 12 IQ. I'm a smart person. Brett says not really helping, just keep saying NY. I have 120 IQ. Beyond says Herculum says Beyond then give advice. Brett says I am retarded. Herculum says not Brett. Thinks everyone has guns in New York. We've had 42 different people comment on this live, guys. That's awesome. Herculum says that's how dumb he is. Brett says I give him advice every day. Markiplier says, have you watched PJ Mask? No, I have not. That's a kid show. The fuck you think I am? Herculum says no. Herculum says I do. I am his biggest supporter. Duh. Herculum says not Brett. Stop giving him advice. Herculum says you're not smart. Markiplier says we have guns because we're American. Herculum says what's some advice beyond? I see Kyle says do you at least have a safe spot to sleep tonight? I do at least have a safe spot to sleep tonight, but I've had people try to break into where I've been sleeping. And it's very fucking scary. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not supposed to be there, but I sleep there. Brett says crying. Some rando called me not smart. Brett says he would get beat up and mugged in New York. Look at him. Markiplier says I was mugged. nearly stabbed. Beyond the Veil says luxury knows the advice I've given him. I don't need to prove myself. Metalcore Venom says we need to drink alcohol now. Thanks for the 23, 24 likes on the live. I appreciate you guys. Much love. I appreciate all you guys' support. We're on our road to 750 subs. If we hit 750 subs before the end of the month of August, I will get the low taper fade just for the meme, though. Or a different haircut at 1,000, and I'll have you guys vote for it. A different haircut at 1,000. Herculum says you typed all that instead of just saying... Tex says smoke with the zigzag wraps player, the best there is I've found so far. I like zigzags. I like raw too. I'm a big raw user. Metalcore Venom says, so what are we drinking right now? I've drank a bottle of water. I had a Liquid Death Sweet Reaper, and I've had a Starbucks iced energy that I tried for the first time. I had the watermelon twist, 160 milligrams of energy. So I'm not drinking anything alcoholic tonight, brother. I've been low-key staying away from the alcohol, but like low-key, if somebody like sent me some money on Cash App and they're like, hey, we want to see a drinking stream, like I might just have to get a couple drinks and fucking do a live and have a just kick back with a few. So if like I get a request for that and a dono, like I will definitely get something to drink. You can tell me, hey, you should get this if you can find it, or I'll get something really good to drink if it's in the price range. Pick and Save has some good deals on alcohol right now. Okay, I'm just saying. Brett says, I'm with this guy, Dr. Gupta. Dr. Gupta. Gupta says, I'm a doctor. I can examine you, bend over and cough. Herculum says, you have IQ, you have 80 IQ, not 120. Okay, Herculum, you just got here today. Remember, this is your first stream that you're here. Metalcore Venom says, come on, let's take a shot right now. I don't have one. Otherwise, I might. Herculum says, bend over for Dr. Gupta right now. Beyond the Veil says, eyeballs looking up emoji. Metalcore Venom says, no, we're drinking right now. We're going to drink. Okay, very good. Markiplier said, I have a gun of my own. Legal. It's a Glock. Nice, brother. Nice. Brett says, Herculum smart for New York standards. Beyond says, blocked Herculum. Metalcore Venom says, nope, we're getting drunk now. Brett says, good idea. Vale. Tech says, depends if I'm going to Jay's Rock Cones all day. If I'm going for the blunt zigzag raps hit different. I appreciate the comment, Tex. You seem like a cool, chill fellow stoner. Yeah, I usually smoke joints, so I can't really do the blunts anymore. I used to smoke so many when I was in like high school. Herculum says you do realize New York is the richest place in history. I see Kyle says, wait, you're homeless and drinking Starbucks? Dude, get a job. Bro, I literally I'll show you the fucking receipt. I got on food stamps from Pick and Save, and it's a canned energy drink, and it was literally on sale for for the low. I'll look at the receipt right now. And that guy's booking it on the e-bike, the pedal-assisted fucking e-bike. You're goofy, though. Tell me to fucking get a job. I see Kyle. That's a goofy comment. Where's my receipt? Oh, there's Daddy Longlegs. Oh no. Trick or treat, smell my feet, give me something good to eat. Bruh. They were $1.99 each. So I spent $6 on 3 different energy drinks. But guess what? That's my fucking prerogative, because I can do what the fuck I want with my EBT money. Guess what? That's crazy, right? Metalcore Venom says, Beyond the Veil at Herculum. He's announcing to everyone that he blocked you. Herculum says, 1 in 4 people is a millionaire. Yeah, I'm gonna be one of them, guys. Herculum says, in New York City. Brett says, Herculum, cry about it. Metalcore Venom says, I guess Beyond the Veil likes attention. Divineful says, message retracted. I wonder what you said. I want to see it. I'm curious. Like, I won't be offended. I'm just genuinely curious what you had to say. Beyond the Veil says, Metalcore Town Crier much. Markiplier, my Glock is fully loaded. Said, nice. Okay. Brett says, Metalcore Venom, not cool anymore. Herculum says, I'm a very good boxer. I don't need a gun. Metalcore Venom says, Beyond the Veil, I'm just telling Hercules or something that you had to announce. Everyone that you had to block him. Dr. Gupta says, never forget 7-Eleven. Beyond the Veil says, Metalcore. Am I not allowed to talk or express myself? Move on. Markiplier says, well, then you aren't not American. What the fuck are you trying to say? Brett says Pakistan for life. Metalcore Venom says Beyond the Veil, no. Jim H says I'm a booty warrior. Awesome, bro. Beyond the Veil says Metalcore blocked. Justin says Trump says get a job, queer. I'm sure that he genuinely said that to me, bro. He doesn't know me. He doesn't know the medical conditions that I got going through. He don't know me personally, and he don't know you either, Justin. Isn't that crazy? Markiplier says, then if you're a good boxer, how can you fare against a RPG? Okay. You punch the rocket at the right time. It's just gotta be at the right time. You deflect it. Return to sender. Brett says, I don't like banning people, but sometimes you have no damn choice. Beyond the Veil says, I am wanting my cheeks clapped. Black Ox says, Why do spend some much? Markiplier says, can I do it, Vale? Metal or Venom says, not Brett. I love how you have to tell everyone LOL like you want everyone to care. Javier says, hey man, what you up to today? Just hanging out, reading your comments, guys. Beyond the Veil says, yes please, Markiplier. Beyond the Veil says, is Trump making homelessness illegal? GANGE1478 says, does it curve left or right? Left curve, gang. Brett says, how can I be racist and bigoted and still nicer than a lot of these people? Jaber says, a lot of Republican states are. Beyond the Veil says, curves to the left. Brett says, left, gang. I see all the hearts on the screen too. I appreciate it, guys. RIAZ space OWAMI space FAKATHI says, what's up? Not much. I hope you're having a great night. Thank you so much for dropping by the stream and dropping a comment. Beyond the Veil says, I'm nice, but this chat is kind of upsetting for real. Guys, don't let the haters get to you. It's nothing. For real. My phone's gonna die. Javier says, how old are we all? I'm 25, brother. Brett says, we all lefties, it seems. Brett says, a few bad eggs in the chat, unfortunately. Asmo says, I see red. You want to see red, Asmo? I'll show you fucking red. I'll show you red. You want to see what happened to my phone, bro? It's fucking cooked. If it's still red, I'll show you. I dropped it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, I need to start a GoFundMe. I'm fucking cooked, brother. I'm cooked, Asmo. Big cat lover Eli says, hello, hello. Good to see you. I'm cooked. I'm cooked, guys. I see red. Beyond the Veil says, I'm old 30. Markiplier says, I'm a lefty. Jose Sanders Journey's live stream says, an arrow pointing to his name. What's good, brother? Javier says, give us another Naruto run. If we hit 40 likes, I'll do the Naruto run. Markiplier says, nah, bro, you're still young. You're not an unk yet. Brett says, what's up? Eli, salute. Eli says, oh lord. Javier says, I'm 31. Asmo says, bro, that's definitely cooked. I see red. 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 Brett says 20. Javier says, nowhere to run. Riaz Owami Fakathi says, watching you from South Africa. Awesome, bro. Standing next to a lion. That's awesome, bro. Hello to you from the state of Wisconsin in the United States. Beyond the Veil says, not Brett. I thought you were 50. LOL. Brett says, that phone is completely destroyed. Guys, I'm cooked. I see red. 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 Markiplier says gay. Takes one to know one of it. Eli says, yo, Brett. Brett says, why does everyone think I'm old? Markiplier says, no. Brett says, good to see you, Eli. Jaber says, say, I see blood. I see blood. I see red. Markiplier says, oh no, he's possessed. Beyond the Veil says, Brett, cause how you talk, lol. Beyond the Veil says, with the emoji. Dr. Gupta says no wheezing the juice. What the mother? What the helly? What the heliante? What the helly Mary? What the hallelujah? What the funkarita? What the chungarita rex? What the funktopia? What the funkadelia? What the funkadelic? What the frickin' poop stain? What the chunk? What the choice? What the curd? What the voice? What the heck? What the funk? What the poop? Asmo says if you need to come by, you can. Bro, I'm literally just killing time. If you want to kick it, I'm down. If you want to kick it, I'm down. I'll hit you back on Snap. Wait, I have to close this stream if I'm fucking gonna check Snap. Beyond the Veil says, calm down, luxury. Brett says, I'm a young Peckerwood. Yeah, me too, fam. I'm still in my fucking pecker. I literally just hit a quarter century. I'm not that old, guys. Markiplier says, what kid-friendly YouTubers be like? Yeah, fuck kinda. Fuck? What the fuck? Eli says, how is everything, Brett? Sam, I hope you are feeling good and your toes are not giving pain. Why would his toes be hurting? Brett says, can we play the copyright-free music they use on you unboxings and my toes smell good, Brett says. Markiplier says, never gonna give you up, never gonna give you doubt, never gonna poop around and curd you. I really don't want to fuck up the YouTube algorithm on my other phone, but I'm gonna fucking fuck around and check it out on this one, and I fucked up, and I forgot to have this one plugged in, and fuck yeah, my fucking screen's cooked. Y'all should fucking know some shit, though. Brett says the ukulele music on Ryan's Toys Reviews type beat. Ah. Play Trap Queen by Fetty Wap. Yeah, baby! I want you to be mine again forever. I gotta stop. I'm gonna get the fucking cops called on me, bro. Brett says, I have been begging this man to play Cousins by Kanye for so long. Eli says, LOL, that's great. Glad your toes are good. I meant smell good. LMFAO. Markiplier says, play Good Looking by Dixon Dallas. Beyond the Veil says, do anyone tell you have do anyone tell you have bad hygiene? Are you talking to me, Beyond the Veil? Yeah, I know. Bro, I'm getting a shower later today. I'm literally getting a fucking shower when I get to go over to my mom's later. So, that's my business, guys. Fuck. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. But just fuck. Beyond the Veil says yes, LOL. Yeah, alright. Brett says his hygiene ain't terrible for a homeless person. Thank you, Brett. Markiplier says, wow! Brett says, greasy little boy, though. Yeah, just a little bit, though. Just for the one time, just for the little bit, just for the little bit, for a little bit. How you get in a locked, abandoned house? Quietly? Question mark. Hazel, I don't do that. Beyond the Veil says, no, I'm talking to the guy next to you. Oh, for sure. I got you. He says he hasn't heard anybody say that to him before. Hazel says, WNB says, sup, slap nuts. I won't slap my nuts. Maybe on the OnlyFans, though, for a couple bucks. Brett says, sleeping in the bando. Brett says, might be able to get squatters' rights. Eddie Jackson says, what's up, man? What's up, Eddie Jackson? I hope you're having a great one. Beyond the Veil says, I'm laughing at his reaction, why so serious, bro? Why so serious? Eddie Jackson says, what else would you do for a couple bucks? A lot of things, bro. I don't know. On OnlyFans? Depends. Goofy ass comments, man. Sus says, I'm back again. Not Brett says, he has been a minute without a shower. I can understand his frustration. Yeah, that shit fucking pissed me off. Granavale says, don't do old guys. Ew. Bro, he's talking about OnlyFans. Brett says, you can make a quick 20 in gas station bathroom sticky. You know, I can make a quick 20 on fucking OnlyFans. From $20 every person that drops a fucking sub a month. I'll become a millionaire so quick. Eli says, hey Saku, I'm going to open an account so I can talk to you through Discord soon. As you end the live, do not get a new phone. I can give you one and I will make sure you get it this week. Oh, really? Bro, you're crazy. Eli's, yeah, hit me up on Discord though, for real. Beyond the Veil says makes 300 in like an hour. Brett says Eli a real one. Markiplier says I'll call you Dr. Doof. Why do I see I killed my mom XD on my screen? Cause the dude commented it. He's a fucking weird dude for commenting it. Guys, but if you haven't went and dropped a sub over to Mama Sack, don't call her that. Don't fucking call her that. Brett started that. I shouldn't have even said it just now. If you're trying to go drop a sub over to my mom, her name is @JADARAQS. She's almost able to go live. Brett says, remember 5 hours ago when you said it was going to be an early night, but we've been having too much fun? Yeah, for sure. Markiplier says, why do I... Yeah, I read that one. Beyond the Veil says, weirdo to pin that. I'm not a weirdo to pin that. I just think it's just fucking crazy, and I wanted him to feel fucking crazy for fucking saying in my comments for the first place. But what do you think of that? Brett says, Mama Sack, don't say that. Dr. Doof says, I'll call your mom. No, she wouldn't be Mrs. Doof. Brett says, I won't call her Mama Sticky yet. Bro, how about that?
Oh shit, fuck on my roommate's door, ha.
Dan Bell says, you know, I support you 100, bro. I wasn't calling you a weirdo, it was a typo. WNB says, well, what do you think? Mark says WTF. Brett says sticky, I apologize. I didn't ban you, Brett. I just deleted the comment. Beyond the Veil says, look at me, I'm gay. That's so fucking cancer, bro. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. WNB says, my nuts hang low like there's no curfew. Beyond the Veil says, hey, handsome. Hazel says, of the Clovis, NM law enforcement. Markiplier says, why is it funny, do? Brett says, sub to Jada Rax, y'all. Markiplier says, sack, WTF, huh? WTF is this? Beyond the Veil says, emojis and emojis. He says, cringe. WNB says, my nuts hang like there's no curfew. He said that already. Markiplier says, emojis. WNB says, my nuts hang like there's no curfew. Markiplier says, emojis. Eli says, I give phones, iPads, laptops, trucks, gas cards, and whatever else to my employees. Of course, depends on the area they're going to work in my company. Some have all of those, some just a phone. So when hold up, I'm gonna do it one more time, guys, just for the lulz. Are you ready? Are you ready? Fuck, that's terrible. Are you ready? It's so garbage. Holy fuck. Now Brett says, make it loud. Eli says, they got fire or leave my company. They gotta bring back whatever I provide them for work. So I have tons of phones though. Oh, that's crazy. Markiplier says, Sag, do you think I'm chill? Yeah, you can be. Brett says Sticky's natural mating call. Beyond the Veil says I'm tired. I'm gonna sleep. Good night. Love you, bro. Stay safe. The stickiness call for love we're watching. Ancient. Their wives. Beyond the Veil says I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night. Love you, bro. Stay safe. Thank you. I love you too. Have a great night. And thank you for dropping by, dropping the comments. Eli says the volume all the way up. My cats ran out like crazy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was real brain rot shit. WNB says that. What kind of cheese does a man eating in the septic tank of a slaughterhouse eat? I have no idea. Brett says I might have to call the tiny hats at YouTube and see what's up with my account. Markiplier says, bro, I'm still gonna be here for a while. I might not be. I might end this live. I want you guys to stay positive, stay humble, stay vibing, stay doing well, stay pushing forward. I'll see you guys in the next live. WNB says Framunda cheese. Markiplier says it was well a mating call. Brett says it's only 4:37 a.m. Sticky. I know, but I need to end this live. It's an hour and a half long. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one, alright? Markiplier says bye, Sack. Bye, guys. I love you. Catch me in the next one, alright? Good night. Sleep well. Don't let the bedbugs bite.